Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and some more. I am the Journeyman and I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? FM23. And we're gonna win the league, win the league, win the league, and we're gonna win the league. Or maybe not. Who knows? Hello, welcome. Season 8 starts today. And, of course, we are beginning life back in the Championship, both for ourselves, after leaving Portsmouth halfway through last season, and for Fulham, who haven't been in the Championship within this Saves universe yet. So I'm intrigued to see, how we are. We've had a big summer rebuild. If you didn't watch the summer transfer special yesterday, then we will recap that in a minute, but I just want to say a massive thank you for the recent support on the series. Views are going up every single day. It's consistently in the top 3 of the last 10 videos every time a new episode comes out, so a massive thank you for that. Massive thank you to Sam, who has designed the thumbnail. I love the thumbnail. Obviously I'm changing it every episode, putting in the image and whatever, but I think it looks really clean. Big thank you to Sam for that, and I'm sure you will see many more new looks on the channel going forward, so that we can hopefully grow as a community together. Lots of new subscribers recently, so a big hello to everybody that is new. Thank you for your support with that. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all of that good stuff, and of course leave a like if you do enjoy. And I am really enjoying hearing about your saves in the comments section as well, and it really has been a pleasure to do this series, the most fun I've had in the last 5 years. James Milner is manager of Coventry. I've just noticed that. How long has he been there? He was manager of Blackpool, then QPR, and now Coventry. Interesting. Okay. He retired in 2024, by the looks of that. Okay. Right. What I want to look at first is, of course, review the transfer window. As much for myself as anybody else. You can see lots of players in, lots of players out. We'll start off with the players out. So going out first was... where are we looking? Derek Cohn. Derek Cohn left the club for Nice in a 12.75 million deal. They also got Alvaro Odriozola in there, 33 years old now, 6.25 million he went for in a deal that could rise quite significantly. We then got rid of Grady Diangana to Crystal Palace. That one I was pretty gutted about. I wanted to keep him about, but £20 million for a 31-year-old. Too good to turn down, in my opinion. Lennon Pollock, one of our youth products who was absolutely rubbish, went to Club America, 21.5 million for him. Matt O'Reilly went to Brøndby for 2.5 million. Following that, William Boving went to Bayer Leverkusen, 24.5 million. Oscar Melendo went to Nice as well. Nice are looking like the new Fulham. Careful with that. We finished 20th last year. 25 million they spent on him. Calvin Phillips went over to Hoffenheim, 7.5 million for that. Jordan Zamura's gone to Porto for 30 million. Patrick Berg, 5.25 million. Dele Alli off to Trabzonspor for 4 million. This is just ridiculous. Tahith Chong, 22 million. Lloyd Kelly, 2.2 million. Jason Knight, 8 million as well. And there's a few players that have gone, like Andreas Pereira, on a free transfer after feeling a little bit homesick. So overall, we've probably brought in around about £200 million this transfer window alone. And that's just allowed us to reinvest. Not fully yet, but we have been putting some of our money into some new players, putting our faith in a little bit more youth, a little bit in the loan system as well, to try and get ourselves back into the top flight. We don't want to blow all of the money while we're in the Championship. That's me thinking ahead towards next season, potentially. But on the ins, we did bring in quite a few players. The assistant manager brought in a few as well. But first signing of the window was Eddie Nketiah, 30 years old now, and he is playing for Man United these days. He's come in on loan until the end of the season. He was our first signing, has scored, a decent amount of goals over the years. I think in the Championship should definitely do a good job. Will be good up top, but could also play on the wing, and that's where you'll see him today. We also signed Marcel Ruiz, who is a 28-year-old Mexican attacking midfielder. He comes from Deportivo Toluca in Mexico. Looks, again, a decent player, can play on the right as well, and also in central midfield. Again, a player that did all right last season over in Mexico, so we thought we'd give him a chance for the tidy sum of £3 million. Not bad. We then signed Matteo Zanini from Inter Milan, an 18-year-old Italian wonder kid? Is he a wonder kid? No, he's a committed attacking midfielder. He's already worth between 22 and 28 million. Huddersfield Town want him on loan. We're going to try and give him plenty of first-team football this year to try and push on his development. He has played some matches for Inter Milan in Serie A. He's a 2-star ability player, potentially 5-star by the time he grows up and becomes a much bigger attacking midfielder. We then splashed some of our cash on Matty Cash. Get it? 10.5 million we spent on him. 32 years old now. Will be, is 32, has just turned 32. So we should get a couple of years out of him realistically at right back. Has been playing in the Premier League for donkey's years. Will be a good replacement for Odriozola, I think, slightly younger. And maybe a little bit more experienced in the English leagues. So Matty Cash came in for 10.5 million. And finally, Max Gulis has come in from Roma, 21-year-old Croatian goalkeeper, looks decent. He's just coming in as a little bit of backup for our top pick, Faris Yusufu. So he'll be in goal. We also brought in Mustafa Gultuken on a free transfer from Bayern Munich. He's a right winger, can also play right midfield as well. Already valued between 31 and 36 million pounds. Has done very, very well in the past for Bayern Munich. Has played a few games over the years for them and done decently. So I'm looking forward to being able to use him. Also on a free transfer, Cesar Palacios has come in from Real Madrid. He is a 24-year-old Spanish attacking midfielder with some excellent attributes. I do think he could be the signing of the season. Did play a match for Real Madrid last year and got 2 assists and man of the match and an 8.2 average rating, and somehow they didn't play him in any other matches last year. Crazy. Another one of the loan signings is Adam Eder, a 28-year-old Irish international striker. Can also play out on the left. He will be a very, very good backup to our number one striker, I would imagine. Scored 9 goals in 6 starts in the Championship last season, so I do believe he can score goals at this level. Has scored a Premier League goal in the past as well, so we'll see how he gets on. He's in on loan, potentially somebody that we can sign at the end of the season. Ben Jones, a similar sort of player, can play anywhere behind the striker or up top himself. He is injured at the minute. He's coming on loan from Arsenal again. Had 2 substitute appearances, scored a goal, had a decent average rating. Don't really know why they didn't play him more, but has got experience in the Championship and has been scoring goals in that league. Next signing that you might see this season, Harrison Murray-Campbell, 23-year-old centre-back, can also play a right-back and defensive mid. Decent attributes, 2.5-star ability, 3.5-star potential. He's come in from Chelsea. Has again got some experience of playing in the Championship. Speaking of Chelsea, we also got another one of their wonder kids on loan. This guy, Alexander Jankovic, can play anywhere along the back line, can play left back, centre back or right back. It can also play in midfield. 3.5-star ability already, 5-star potential. He is a wonder kid and played 18 times in the league for a top club in the Premier League last season. So I think he's going to be a pretty important player. Speaking of wonder kids, we got another one on loan, Omar Rincon, who is a 19-year-old right back, can also play winger. I think winger's his better position. For some reason, it defaults to right back. He joined Man City last season, had a few good years over in Colombia. I think could be a good player in the future. Is Championship standard. 5-star potential though. Next one that we signed, Alex Scott, 25-year-old English midfielder, can play anywhere on the right-hand side or in the centre. He's going to be playing on the wing today. Already valued between 22 and 27 million. We basically signed him for what Ipswich managed to get him from Newcastle for. Had a very good season in this division last year. Ipswich Town didn't go up last year, so definitely taking him off a divisional rival is a good move for us. Then we had a couple of very good signings. Dario Umpierrez was attracting interest from Arsenal and Chelsea in the Premier League. We managed to snap him up. He's a 19-year-old Uruguayan left-back. He's not classed as a wonder kid, but can potentially be 5-star potential already at championship level and has done a good job over the years for Peñarol in Uruguay. Speaking of South American left-backs, we've also got Andres Suarez, a 21-year-old Colombian left-back, who looks very attacking, looks very good, decent pace, good agility, good teamwork. This guy looks good. He's come in from Napoli, £3.6 million again, attracting Premier League interest, but chose us over them. And finally, our big transfer, I would say, £13 million. It's not massive, but the club he comes from and his history. Sergio Camelo, Spanish 28-year-old international striker, 16 finishing, decent pace, decent acceleration, 3.5-star ability. He's a good Premier League player, should absolutely smash up the Championship, I'm hoping. Has been playing for Barcelona the last few years, but they've not really been using him, despite whenever they call upon him, he does an okay job. Last time he played in England, he scored 10 goals in 12 starts for Southampton in the Premier League, securing a £20.5 million deal to Barcelona. So I think he's going to be pretty good. We'll see what he turns out to be, but that was a very, very busy transfer special. It took 2-3 hours to play through that. Trawling scout reports, looking for what's good for us and putting together that team. We still have tons of money in the bank. We've got £57 million. We've got 800,000 in the wage budget as well. So we could potentially, for the right player, spend £100 million on them. But I'm kind of content at where we are, leaving our transfer budget and wage budget where they are. We'll see where we are as a team at the start of this season. We're going to be playing a little bit more attacking, a little bit more proactively in this division. The media are expecting us to be promoted. That is our board expectation as well. Wolves are in our league. They came down, of course, won the Europa Conference League last season, so they are now in the Europa League proper this time around, and they're 1-91 to win the Championship. They are going to be a good side, and if you look at the Dream 11, we've got a couple in there, but he plays for Wolves. Most of the others are Wolves, apart from Lewis Cook, who always seems to do well in Football Manager. I think it's fair to say. So, well played to him. Right then, finally, after all of that, let's get ourselves into today's match. We are playing Coventry away from home. It's not the easiest match back in the Championship. They are a team I would expect to beat, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, this is the 11 that we've got then. We've got Faris Yusufu in goal with Matty Cash, Issa Diop, Omar Bamadeli and Suarez in defence. We've then got McTominay and Casadei in the midfield with Scott, Palacios and Nketiah, starting behind Sergio Camelo up top. You can see some of our better players from last year managed to stay with the club. I tried to get rid of a lot of the dead wood. I think that's I think that was really wise, to be honest, to just try and free up some funds, because there was some players on a huge wage here, and we've managed to turn that around. We've, financially saved the club from oblivion, essentially. I think, they were shedding hundreds of millions of pounds, and we've turned them into a rich football club now. So now is the time to have a transitional season, hopefully get promoted to the Premier League, bred in some of our new blood, some of our younger players, some of the younger signings, and give ourselves a much better chance going up next year, with a decent transfer budget in hand, so that we can try and stay up next year. That's the plan anyway. So here we go. Let's see how we get on. Come on, boys. First day of the season. Let's go and put on a decent performance. I'm hoping that we can be a little bit more attacking than we were last year. We were very much a defensive unit last year, but I'm hoping we can bring back the Pompey days of Hannard ball, nice tick-attacker build-up, and then applying the finish. But this isn't a great start, because Coventry have got through, and it's a good save from Yusufu there. And thankfully, he was there, and thankfully we've got him at this football club. He's a top quality goalkeeper. Sanani into the middle. Kassadai gets it away. Here's O'Hare on the left hand side, whips it in. Kassadai away again. Camelo clears. Now here's Thompson. End of highlight, but you have to say not the best from us, although Camelo's got it. Now here's Palacios. Palacios forward. Nketiah's got it, and he runs inside. Here's Eddie Nketiah. Great save. That had some power behind it, didn't it? Some meat on the ball, but a good fist from the goalkeeper, and turned it round the post. Nothing comes of the corner, unfortunately, but here's Oakley Booth now, pushing away for Coventry, but end of highlight it is. But we certainly looked a little bit better there as we broke forward, looked a little bit more solid as a unit. It is going to take time for this team to bind together, because lots of new signings, lots of players out the door. It's as I say, it's a big transitional season, and well, Coventry have gone 1-0 up. Callum O'Hare managed to squeeze it past Yusufu there, and Yusufu should be doing better, really. It was Omar Bamadeli with the terrible header that was, and then Flatters ran with the ball, got it into O'Hare, and you shouldn't be beating at your near post like that. And it's now Coventry City 1, Fulham 0, and that is exactly the opposite of what we wanted at the start of the season. Right, here's Palacios with the corner kick, gets it into the middle. McTominay is there, can't do anything. Camelo gets it to Scott. Back to Suarez now. Here's Camelo again. Suarez on the ball. Oh, he's lost it. No. I thought we were going to see some South American magic there, but still now comes back into the middle of the park. Omabema-Deli. Oh, is it a penalty, Jeff? It is not. Thank goodness, but that was a great chance for them, wasn't it? Right, here we go again. Palacios whips it into the middle. Nketiah with the header, and Diop's there at the far post, and I think it is in. Is it offside? Damn it, it is. It is offside. No VAR in this division. Palacios, and yes, he was offside anyway. Oh, that is so frustrating. Oh, right. Okay, then. Let's throw our arms up into the air. Like we just don't care. We'll swap them two round, because Diop tends to be the one hopefully attacking corners, although it doesn't seem like that's quite what's going on here. I don't really know why. He should be attacking that near post, and for some reason it was Nketiah. Maybe we need to swap those two round. Nketiah can swap with Palacios, because Palacios has good heading. Okay. So swap them two round. Swap them two round. And then that. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's see if that works. But anyway, let's pump our fists and say I need everybody to show us what we're made of. That's annoying because I was really excited about this squad, but it is going to take time to bed us together. But a victory today would go a long way to building our confidence. Here's Scott on the right-hand side. Gets it back to Matty Cash now, who's pushing forward from the full-back position. Gets it in. Cassadai's there, and Cassadai scores. And what a brilliant goal-scoring midfielder he has been for us over the last 8 months or so, since the turn of the year. He's come in since Calvin Phillips was our anchor man last year, and he is a real delight in that central midfield on attack position. And it was a good header. Goalkeeper should do better, but that gets us right back into the match. 1-1 now, and hopefully we can go on and clinch the game from this position. So, 35 minutes to go. Camelo hasn't really done anything. Nketiah's going to come off. We're going to put Zanini on, our new wonder kid left winger. Suarez is going to come off for Umpierrez. And what else are we going to do? Adamida is going to come on for Cameo. Right, let's go on then. 35 minutes to go. Let's see if this makes a good difference to us in this final portion of the game. 20 minutes to go. I mean, our fitness should be coming through now as a quote-unquote Premier League side. Alex Scott not having the best of games, so we're going to bring on Marcel Ruiz. And what can he do? He likes being an advanced... he can be a winger, actually. That's all right. We'll put him on attack as well. And just over 10 minutes to go. Oh, Cassadai has picked up an injury. That is a big one. Right, Palacios. We'll swap them two round and then bring Rinken on. Palacios can go into the midfield. This all looks fine. Yep, that's fine by me. Right. Come on then. 10 minutes to go. Let's do this. I'm a bit worried about that injury. Oh no, I'm worried about this corner. I'm very worried about this corner. It's gone in. Is it offside? No, it's not. Callum Lang has scored, and Coventry City have stolen the 3 points right at the end here. Oh dear. 1-1. We can take it. It's a point. Berate the boys. We've got 6 minutes of injury time to do something, but we failed to do that, and we fall to Coventry City, and that is not good enough. We should not be losing against Coventry City. It looks like Portsmouth lost as well. Oh, sad times. Oh, and he's out for 4 weeks. Our best player, Cesare Cassadai, he's out for 4 weeks. Might have to dip into the transfer market and get ourselves another central midfielder into the ring. Oh, well, that is a bit of a disaster. Hopefully, we can bring it back with our first home game of the season against Bournemouth, albeit in the Carabao Cup. Quite a few changes for this match then. We might also go with our backup goalkeeper, Goulis. We've gone Jankovic at right back, Murray Campbell, Stones and Umpierrez in defence. Then Tavares and Giles in the midfield. Alex Scott and Cameo are the only remaining two starters from the first match, with Marcel Ruiz and Matteo Zanini supporting those. So, let's see how we get on in this one then. I'm thinking perhaps winger on attack is going to be better for him, potentially on support for that role. Yeah, anyway, let's see. We have got 2 more possible substitutions, so we might as well go for them. Hatto can go in there, and McTominay, I guess. Although Gultoken can go in there, can't he? Yeah, we'll do that. Right, in we go then. with the next match, at home to Bournemouth. I mean, Bournemouth are one of our promotion rivals, you would say. So this is a big test for us. But then we're not playing our full strength 11, if you like. So it's going to be quite tricky to work out whether, this is exactly how we're going to play this season. But fingers crossed we can get a result nonetheless and get ourselves through in the Carabao Cup. It would be nice to have a little run in a cup this season alongside our championship campaign. Here's Alex Scott on the right-hand side. Decent control from him. He runs down to the byline, crosses it in towards Chris Giles, who has a shot, and what a goal that is from the midfield. He was playing striker all the way last season, but now we've popped him into the midfield. Potentially we have found his place. What a brilliant goal that was. And Alex Scott with the initial pass, that was brilliant to him. Good touch from Chris Giles, who is a Fulham youth product as well, and a terrific goal into the top right corner there. And it's now Fulham 1, Bournemouth 0. Very good. That is the sort of start that you want. To make up for last time as well, losing our first game to Coventry. Here's Giles, whips it in. It's Tavares now with the shot just wide, but he looks good. He looks good so far. He's played a couple of neat little passes in this match and looking dangerous with the long shots. But by far, we have been the better team in this first half, it would appear. Although XG would tell you otherwise, but I'm not going to listen to XG this time. Here's John Stones on the ball. Gets it to Giles now. Giles forward to Ruiz, who loses it. Shame for him. I was expecting a little more in the first couple of matches, but it will take time to adapt for our South American invasion. Here's Umpierrez on the left-hand side to Zanini. Now here's John Stones. Gets it to Murray Campbell. Murray Campbell to Jankovic now. Jankovic on the ball. Gets it to Scott. Here's Cameo. And now Tavares. Oh, that was nearly a beautiful pass. It just was intercepted, unfortunately, for him. Here's Clayton. Clayton gets it forward. Now here's Bonucci to Waldron. What a ball forward to Panic. Panic scores! Oh, you signed a player called Panic. That was a bit of a panic signing, eh? But worked out well for them. I assume it is Panic. But he is going to be called Panic for the rest of time. But yes, 1-1 at half-time. Not what we wanted. Here's Umpierrez, Ruiz, back to Umpierrez, crosses it in, Tavares with the header. And he is getting involved in a lot of the play today. And, it's a chance for him to show why he should be in. Of course, Matthew Grange will be back, our wonder kid. Same for Chris Giles. He's probably not going to get in up top this year because we've got so many good strikers in on loan. He's probably not going to get that opportunity. Right, we're going to bring on Hatto for John Stones. 3 changes. We'll see what comes of it. I think it goes straight to Penno Jeffs after the full-time whistle. Here's Ruiz, gets it in. Hatto with the header, it's off the bar. That's where you want John Stones there. I don't think he would have missed that opportunity. But it is what it is. We'll encourage again. And we are having plenty of shots, just not enough on target. Umpierrez, for some inexplicable reason, went for a long throw to nobody there. Here's Panic on the ball, still going forward with his mohawk there. He has a Bardi now with a chance to win it, and he does. Oh no. This is not good. Oh, that was awful. Right, berate the boys. Try and get them going. What did I say at the start of this episode? We're going to win the league. Oh my God. Well, We lost our first match of the season to Coventry. We're now out of the Carabao Cup. Not fantastic, to say the least. Let's have a flick through the teams that were playing today. Did any shocks there? Not, I mean, maybe Accrington and Stanley, but I don't know where Colchester are these days. Portsmouth going through a Joe Tomlinson penalty. Well, that is not the start of the season that we wanted. I'm going to be honest. I thought we'd come out with 2 victories today. Let's have a look at the dynamics. It's still good, to be fair, but we are going to be under some pressure. Over the summer, I thought we'd got our Continental Pro license. We haven't quite yet. Hopefully that will come through very, very shortly. Yeah. Bit good about that. Right, we will be back for the game against Portsmouth because I always like playing against teams that we've previously been manager of in the series. We'll see how we're getting on. So we've got 2 matches to sink our teeth into. Blackburn and Ipswich, both of which are going to be top half of the table side. So it's going to be a tough start of the season for us, but it'll be nice to be back at Portsmouth. And then we'll be taking on Bristol City just after deadline day. So I presume deadline day is on the 31st this year. Oh, it's not. It's on the Monday. Because I guess... No, I thought maybe bank holiday. Right, so it's going to be before deadline day. So I suppose there could still be a little bit of business to be done. As I say, I'm not in a rush to go and buy a load of new players. But... after those first 2 performances, maybe we do need a couple more additions. That was rather worrying, to say the least. But if you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.